Today we are on the FinTech Startup Weekend.
Yes.
And FinTech is a little bit more challenging than other verticals.
Definitely.
Where, in your opinion, are the challenges?
I think the challenges is that the financial institution as such is complex and regulation based, which is important. Otherwise, we're going to have another housing crisis again and again. But I think the complexity does not mean that we cannot be inclusive. The complexity does not mean that we can dictate what the consumer should or shouldn't have. And I think that has been the challenge with financial technology or fintechs. That there are a lot of innovators, but it's a hard start. Like the Jacob de Geer from iZettle said, if I knew how complex it would be, I would have thought twice before starting iZettle. But that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of startup, that anything is not impossible for you. And I think that is where we are revolutionizing startup in two ways. One, all the companies like iZettle and Square and Klarna, they are focusing on a consumer need and changing the games for the banks and institutions and giving them a good shake-up, saying, see guys, we are focusing on the consumer, solving the problem for them, and we are being successful.
Bottom up.
Bottom up, precisely. And the other way is the Stripes and the Braintree. They said, okay, this is complex. Let's make it simple for all the businesses involved, right? They gave a very simple open platform, a very simplified business model, and all the businesses loved it because they don't have to. I've worked through 250 payment methods. I know each and every one of them have different commissions. Each and every one of them, depending on which type of business you are, can have a different complications involved. Stripe and Braintree said, okay, small businesses do not need to deal with this shit. We will take care of that for them. We'll make it simple for them, right? A complex industry simplified. So I think that is how the fintech had challenges, but that has what has created the opportunity for the fintech startups. We don't want to take that challenge and have that as a status quo. We want to break that status quo from consumer point of view, from the business point of view. And that's why we're seeing this revolution happening in fintech, which is amazing, because that has shaken up the banks, and they're also kind of thinking about how we can be closer to the consumer, how we can be part of this change, how we can facilitate that. That's why you see companies like Nordea now being part of one of the biggest fintech event, and they are one of the main sponsors because they also want to be part of that change.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. I think that's very exciting.